Well, hello to you that's been listening to us here at My House Podcast Studios. We're back today with a new episode of Pop Culture Curiosities with me, yeah boy, Pedro Alves. That was kind of dumb. Anyways, in this quick episode, we are discussing one of the most iconic songs from the 90s, The Professional Widow, Courtney Love, and the mysterious death of her husband, Nirvana's vocalist, Kurt Cobain. Let us hear it for our intro. I just love the instrumentals of this song. We're getting to it in a bit, but first, a little background on the mind behind this amazing song, Tori Amos. The ginger southern girl is considered to be one of the most important rock and roll female musicians. Her influences, being one of the few piano-based rock artists on the 90s, can be heard across genres in the music world today. Amos is well known for her abstract, complex, and metaphoric compositions, always loaded with symbolism. A true pioneer on what I like to call confessional songs. Her catalog often explores themes such as death, politics, sexuality, and the patriarchy. What a bitch. Patriarchy is really a bitch. And Tori does an amazing job critiquing it. I just love it. And although I could spend hours talking about this amazing woman and her gigantic discography, it's time to analyze Professional Widow, one of the singles from her 1996 release, Boys for Peel. Yes, Peel the Volcano Goddess. How cool is that? The song's remix took Tori straight to the number one position on the United Kingdom music charts. Besides referencing The Sphinx, a famous short story by the one and only Edgar Allan Poe, rumors claim the song is largely based on Courtney Love's relationship with Nirvana's vocalist Kurt Cobain, which ended in a terrible note. Terrible. Cobain, for those of you who don't remember, was sadly found dead in his home after a well-succeeded suicide attempt on 1994. But of course, the story is not that simple. Kurt had already been long suffering from depression and drug addiction, especially with heroin. One of the rumors actually say his own wife, Courtney Love, got him addicted to the injectable drug. That is really crazy. Well, to make it short, let's just say Nirvana's fans, all very heartbroken with Kurt's decease, started once again to wonder about the true intentions of his spouse, Courtney. This, of course, was not a surprise. After a possible panic attack, Kurt had told the cops he was, quote, hiding from Courtney, unquote, a few months before his death. Decades later, this is still a mystery, a big mystery in Hollywood and in the music industry. As a disclaimer, these are just theories. None of this is confirmed. Well, this was crazy, so let's circle back to Tori Amos. As a storyteller, she found the tragic story very interesting to be used on a song. That was the genesis behind Professional Widow. As her mind doesn't sleep, she used the story to tie critics directed to the patriarchal structure of the family ideal standard. Crazy, right? Her mind. Don't worry, y'all. You will understand how she did that in a minute. Structurally speaking, the song is based on harpsichord piano melodies, electric guitars, and an electronic percussion. This construction builds a very pointy and aggressive ambient for the instrumentals, a way Tori had found to satirize the punk songs Courtney and Kurt were very well known for, and of course their crazy life surrounded by drug abuse. Now let's take a look at the song's lyrical content. Right on the first verse, Tori sings, "Don't blow those brains yet. We gotta be big, boy. We gotta be big." This line could be taken two ways. Some read it as a diss to Courtney, who is said to have exploited Kurt Cobain for his fame and success. This line can also be read as a critique to the patriarchal role on the family structure. The father has to work to the point of being suicidal just to bring food to the table every day, not being able to escape, because his family has no one else to depend on. So, don't blow those brains yet.
Stop fucking, just like my daddy. Yes. Stop fucking, just like my daddy. Yes. Selling his baby. Yes. Just like my daddy. Yeah. Gonna strike the deal, make him feel like a congressman.
At the chorus, Tori mocks the betrayal of Courtney's own father, who has stated he believes his daughter was responsible for Cobain's death. She sings, "Star fucker, just like my daddy, selling his baby, yes, just like my daddy." The same way Love is said to have exploited Kurt for his fame, her own father did something very, very similar. "Star fucker, just like my daddy." Thanks, right?
Feel like a congressman. Running in a family. Oh, it's running a family. Rest assured.
At the song's outro, Tori creates more parallels with the patriarchal family structure.
Mother Mary, child, no I. Brown baby, sweet, child, baby, sweet. Mother Mary, child, no I. Brown baby, sweet child, she will.
Structure. Mother Mary, China White, a metaphor for chastity and purity. Right after it, she shouts, "Brown may be sweeter." Heroin, the injectable drug the couple, Kurt and Courtney, was addicted to, in its pure form presents a white coloration, but with an impure constitution it starts to get brown. The juxtaposition of ideas create this antithesis of something pure, like Christianity, and something dirty, like sexual liberation and drugs. That's what I meant with, her mind.
Brown baby, sweet child, she will supply, she will supply, she will supply, she will supply, supply, supply. Give me peace, love, peace, love. Give me peace, love, and a heart.
Well, she will supply. The last verse is, of course, the most iconic one, but I cannot play it here because it's more explicit content. If you want to check it out, make sure to stream Professional Widow available on every streaming platform. That was it, you guys. The song has very much more interpretations and nuances. This was just a quick dive inside Miss Amos' head. I truly hope you've enjoyed it and felt the significance the song is able to carry. Make sure to tune in next week for another episode of Pop Culture Curiosities and other professional widows. From your host Pedro Alves, a big hug and much warmth.